Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. So today I will be talking about the history of the Anglo-Saxons, the historical background and the major political events that took place during this Anglo-Saxon period. So basically the Anglo-Saxon period is the starting point of the English literature. So let's begin. First, I'll be starting with who were the Anglo-Saxons. So first of all, we are going to know who were these Anglo-Saxons. Before 55 BC, the early inhabitants of the Great Britain were the Britons and the Gales. So, in 55 BC, the Romans came to Great Britain and they captured the country from the original inhabitants, that is, the Britons and the Gales. The Romans made great architecture in Britain and they also brought Latin with them. And then in 400 AD, Rome was attacked by the Visigoth. So in order to safeguard their home, the Romans finally left Britain in 400 AD. So after this Romans left, England had no ruling party. The Romans came in 55 BC and they ruled Great Britain till 400 AD, and because of this rule, the original inhabitants, that is the Britons and Gales, were already weak. So after this Romans left, England had no ruling party and the Britons and Gales also didn't have the power to control the country. So thus England became an open space for anyone to come. Then two tribes, the Picts and the Scots, came to Britain. So the Britons and Gales, who were already scared and very weak, they invited the Anglo-Saxons to save them from the invasion of Picts and Scots. So that is how the Anglo-Saxons came into Great Britain. So the Anglo-Saxons came to Britain in 407 AD, and the name Anglo-Land became prevalent under their rule. So this name, Anglo-Land, later gave rise to England. Anglo-Saxons comprise of three types: Angles, Saxons, and Jutes. Then the original inhabitants of Britain, that is the Britons and Gales, completely left Britain and the entire island was under Anglo-Saxon rule. So when this Anglo-Saxon ruled Britain, they divided Britain into 5 kingdoms, and this 5 kingdoms is known as Heptarchy. And these 5 kingdoms includes Northumbria, Mercia, East Anglia, Wessex, and Kent. So this is how the Anglo-Saxons came into Britain. Next, we will talk about the end of the Anglo-Saxon period. So the Anglo-Saxons ruled Great Britain from 400 AD till 783 AD. So what happens after that? In 787 AD, the Vikings attacked Great Britain. So who were these Vikings? The Vikings were warriors, looters, barbarians, pirates, traders, explorers, and colonizers during the 8th to 11th century. So these Vikings attacked Great Britain and they ruled the country for about 200 years. The Vikings often traveled by sea from Scandinavia and took control of areas of Europe and beyond. They were very cruel and merciless. Then, while these Vikings were ruling Great Britain, another troop called the Normans came in 1066 AD. And these Normans finally defeated both the Vikings and the remaining Anglo-Saxons, and they took over Great Britain. So these Normans came from Normand in northern France. The Normans king William the Great defeated Anglo-Saxons king Harold Godwinson. And after that, Normans brought French to England for the first time. And that is how the era of the Anglo-Saxon ended in Great Britain. Next, I will be talking about some religious belief in Anglo-Saxon period. So before 400 AD, Christianity was the religion followed by the native Britons. But after 400 AD, the Anglo-Saxons came and the Anglo-Saxons followed paganism. So who were these pagans? Pagans believe in nature, they worship nature, and they believe in spirituality. However, in 597 AD, Saint Augustine came to Britain and converted most of the people to Christianity. Next, the Anglo-Saxon literature. The Anglo-Saxon language, or the Old English language, is the foundation of the modern English. So what is this Old English? Old English is the combination of native Britain's language and the Germanic tribal language. The poet or scop, that's what they called during that period, was a very important member of the Anglo-Saxon society. So this scop used to roam in the city and sing songs and poems about social and cultural values. He also talks about people who were dead to maintain the reputation of those who have passed away. Next, we'll talk about some common literary devices of the Anglo-Saxon literature. First is the caesura. Caesura is a Latin word and it means having a break in the middle of each line in a poem. Next is alliterative verse. Alliteration, as you know, is the repetition of consonant sounds. Third is cannings. Cannings means describing things indirectly. For example, the word well wrote is used to describe the word see. Or someone who reads a book is called a bookworm. Fourth is four strong stresses. Anglo-Saxon words requires 4 stressed syllables per line. So that is all for the Anglo-Saxon period. Thank you all and see you in my next video.